Okay, just trying to do a little impromptu video for we catch up on where we've been at. It's been a while. I'm sorry about that. It's just quite hard to find the time to do these wee videos because we want to make sure they're as best as we can do. Legally on the road properly with all the local requirements and certification, so he can get insurance and all the stuff like that. So it's really good to get that done for him. Just moving back to here, we just had this one dropped off the other day. We're about to get into a bit of work with this one. A recent owner has added to his collection. This is the second one. This is a Japanese import Beetle, so they're quite unusual in the way that they're sort of spec'd and the sort of parts they have fitted to them. They are quite a little bit odd, and that this is like a mid 70s. I think off the top of my head it's about a 76, but yeah, it runs a 1500 body but has IRS, and then also has the wee moon scallops in the rear here, and also runs in fuel injection. So they are quite an oddity. And then yeah, we've got the big tail lamps on it as well. So a little bit of an oddity, but still great, and still a Volkswagen, and it's good to have them here. But they have these sort of Japanese only side indicator lights, which sort of look like they're off a boat, but it's kind of one of the legal requirements to have them in Japan. Also interestingly, it's got what we would sort of call an EMPI 5-spoke, but set there a 14-inch. So some little odd little things there, but still good. Another Volkswagen, and obviously the sunroof. So yeah, it's kind of good. Moving back around, we've had this Kombi. Oh, lean back here. This Combi here. We're just assembling up for the guy. It's sort of been a long process, and these sort of come out of the panel beaters and so on down in Dunedin, which is, for those out of town, it's about 450 k's south of Christchurch. So they're all coming all over the country for us to sort of sort out and finish off. So we're just assembling it up for him. We did an engine for him a few years ago, but all it's done has been fitted. It's never been ran. So yeah, we're just getting through that. Put the front and rear glass in it the other day. We're just sort of finishing off the wiring and everything in it. Had a new loom installed, and we've just gone over the brakes. So we're just waiting for the next steps on that. But it's good. Another one on the road soon, and he should be happy. So that's good. And we upgrade on the Type 34. The engine is in it. That's probably the biggest visual difference there. We just had some time, and it was we'd made sure everything else around the engine was all ready and ready to take the engine, because there's nothing worse than fitting the engine or a big piece in the car and then having to work around it to finish off other jobs. So we do take a lot of time and effort to make sure that we've done everything else around it, so when we install the engine we don't have to work around it. So that's in there now. It's sort of basically all wired up, plumbed up, cabled up, but we still haven't run it because we want to do that at a much later stage. We don't like to do little short runs on new engines. We'd rather have it all fully functioning with a brake pedal, seats and everything like that. So when we do run it and bed in that camshaft and so on, we can then go and bed in the rings properly by taking it for a decent spin. And there's no advantage to having it running right now. We've still got, all the glass to fit and so on interior. We've managed to get a fuel tank for it. When it arrived, someone had fitted a Beetle tank to it, and you think, oh okay, what's the difference there? Well, Beetle tanks are a lot narrower, or a lot get my hand in shot here, they come up a lot shorter. So someone had fitted a Beetle tank for whatever reason, maybe the existing one got rusty, and then put on a filler plate to then sort of take up the extra width that the Beetle tank couldn't fit. So we've managed to track down an early Type 3 tank, which means it has this, that's my hand, yeah, there we go, the filler on the inside of the neck up there, rather than the later ones where it goes up into the sidewall and with the flap on the outside. So quite glad to find that. We managed to find that in Invercargill, so thanks to the guy that helped us out there. and we've had it sandblasted and powder coated, and then the next step for us, that's why it's not bolted in, is that we're going through a tank kit through it, is the sort of the term, and that's when it gets us like a stripping agent on the inside, which takes all the sort of rust out, and then it goes over with another sealer type thing that seals it, so it does stops any fuel getting through little pinholes, if any, which we're pretty confident there isn't, and also just seals it and makes the tank going to last a lot longer. The 911 powered Kombi, I'll try and get in focus here, it's always a bit difficult. I do record these on a phone, so we try our best without sort of investing way too much. We are a garage, not a film company. I can't remember what we went up to with that. We've done quite a lot of work that you can't really see, I guess is probably how we'd say it. We've managed to get the wheel alignment adjustment within range, so when we do actually go to fit it all up and install it, we can actually get the toe and so on correct, which is great, because that needs to do to make it drive well, but also pass cert. We've possibly fitted some correct rear springs in it now, so now it sits level. It was quite sort of tail draggy before. We managed to just talk with a local suspension guy that has gotten some correct sort of springs for us to tension. They're not the final springs, but they definitely get us in the right zone to then get that ride height right, so we can then start doing wheel alignment checks. And I'll probably actually cut to it later, but we got the carburetor kits. We've converted this 3-litre injected engine. We're going to carburetors on it, just for simplicity and more sort of period as well. And those carbs are amazing. If you're not aware of the PMO carburetors, which are the sort of aftermarket ones for 911s, they are impressive piece of kit, really nicely made, really nicely fitted out, and I'll make a note to cut to those later and sort of just go over them briefly, because they're well worth it. The 57 Kombi up here, it's getting quite a lot of work. We sort of mentioned it on the Facebook page if you want to sort of catch up on that. It's gotten, I can't remember if I showed it, but the gearbox has been sort of fitted, initial fit is what we call it. You can see we've bagged up the rears because we do have a disc brake kit going on the back of this, and that's something we'll be talking about soon. And because it's a kit of our own design again, and it basically complements and matches the front kit that we have done. Here we go, here, yep. That we do, so it runs a similar sort of caliper and quite a unique to Volkswagen anyway, handbrake system, which is going to look amazing and also work exceptionally well, because it's got to work, can't always look amazing. You'll notice, phone call, I'll just cut to that. 321, we're back in the room, sorry. Still run a business while we're doing these things. That's what's quite awkward to do this filming. I try and do it on a quiet day when it's just me, but we still get phone calls and so on. But yeah, so this has got the narrow beam, I think we mentioned that before, and the steering box raise. You can probably see it there. We've actually fitted that that divider, cab divider. You can see a bit of it there. It actually runs into the full van because this one had been hacked out. So we fitted that for the client, and now we're just working on. I'll just travel over here. Excuse me. The engine. This is sort of. Just put that down there. Sorry about the wavy cam. I always hate it when I see it, but now I'm doing it. Type 4 engine. So we've got that lovely Type 4 reliability, power, and just that sort of grunty torque that the Type 4 seems to deliver when you run them. But then with the Type 1 fan shroud, which goes on top, we've removed it for now because we're just about to do a little bit more work. But still runs the Type 1 alternator. You can see it here with a bracket at the mount, and then these sort of CSP of Germany, they do the fiberglass mount that converts the Type 4 cylinders to a Type 1 fan shroud. And then we've got the vintage speed throttle linkage, and it just runs onto some HPMX or IDF style carburetors. So a lovely wee setup. It's going to be what we're just short of just 900 cc's. We've built a few of these. We really like them. The sort of cost of the build plus the sort of output and power and the torquiness of them, they're actually a really good package. You don't have to go sort of 2110 and have that sort of edginess of that 2110 and the cost of building it. You can still use a stock type 4 cylinder head and nothing really special with the camshaft, and they just give that lovely grunt that you like in a van. We really recommend it for that. Obviously we've got the vintage speed headers on it, and we'll be going to a vintage speed muffler which is designed for a type 4 in a split window Kombi, so it has the sort of tube across the back with the muffler out, the tailpipe edging out the side. So great wee setup, and that's going in that van up there, so it's going to be a lovely wee cruiser to carry around his family and all the interior equipment. We've just got a little engine here that we've just how do I say it? We're just fixing someone else's job, basically. I'll leave it at that. There's, that's great. We're just fixing that for the client, and that's awesome. So they'll have that back soon. And that, we've got swing around here. So that Beetle here was doing the engine for. So that there pretty much is everything what in the snapshot of today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you've got anything you really want to see or want to know more about, please just ask, because I'm more than happy to sort of go into some detail on some things. Sometimes it's not obvious to us what some people would like to know more about. Oh, actually, just a wee side note here. Here is a little hint of our. I haven't pressed these through, so don't. We're just about to press these into. This is the second print that we've done, a 3D print of our adapter hub that changes the brake kit that we do at the front, and it will be the rear from that pattern to a Porsche pattern with the sort of desired offset as well. So that's something that's happening in the background as well. If you want to run Porsche wheels on our disc brake kits, it's available. There's no cost difference between the Wide 5 or Porsche is what we're aiming for at the moment, and it looks like it will be. It's pretty good, but we just always test run some stuff before we sort of sell it. That's what we're trying to do. Make sure we're not sort of using the client as a guinea pig. So yeah, that will get machined up, or we'll press these in, test fit it, put the wheel on, make sure everything's really good. I haven't got any issues that we didn't see or couldn't see within the drawings or the stuff like that, and get those machined up and anodized, and then anyone who has previously bought our disc brake kit can then convert it to Porsche wheels if they want. They just need to get in touch with us, and we'll send them out a pair of these, obviously at a cost, or if they want to, we can work out something, and then also in conjunction with our rear disc brake kit, which we're quite excited to be involved in, and hopefully have a bit more information and pictures and some details over the next couple of months. So yep, that's where we're at. Yeah, just let us know if you want to know anything else. Be good if you can make a comment or subscribe and all that sort of YouTube talk at the bottom. Helps us possibly make some better comments or better content for you, because that's always hard to know what people want to see. It's and so on. So yep, cheers, bye. You probably thought I forgot, and you'll be right actually. Here's the PMOs. So PMO is the company that has made a replica. Just go around here. A replica of the Webers or Solexes on the 911s. So you'll see this triple because it's obviously a flat 6. And that's them basically. This is the ones we've got for that 911 powered Combi. It's going to replace the sort of somewhat average, or the injection that works great until it doesn't, CIS system, and this is the sort of bit simpler and stuff like that, but tends to work great because this guy's going to do lots of trips around the country. It means if he has a wee issue on the side of the road or in some sort of small town, it doesn't, it just still the carburetor repair solutions still apply, whereas the injection, it can be a little bit awkward and hard to get parts and so on. So this is what they're like. I'll just try and do a little bit thing here. Really large inlets, but the throttle size we've got is to suit his his engine, and also for what it's going on. It's the sort of smallest one, but the trumpets are really big. You can see the quality is really good. We were really impressed when we finally got them. There is a bit of a wait on these. We ended up speaking to the owner of PMO, and he is in his 80s, inundated with orders, wanting to retire, having sort of supply issues with manufacturing and assembly issues, just due to current world status, which we're all sick of hearing. So he actually, if anyone's interested, he told me at the time that the PMO business is up for sale, and you could go over there and buy all his ideas and stuff like that, and get in and do it. But yeah, you can see they're a lovely piece of kit, so if you did buy it, you'd have a bit of a reputation to uphold. It comes with all the air filters and linkages and the tin top bits on the top here, and to sort of weather protection and so on, especially if you've got an open grill lid like the 911s have. So yeah, they're a complete kit. They do cost a bit, but as you can sort of see, they're lovely quality. And if you really don't like them, you can sell them to the triple rotary guys. Get on them, they love them. So yeah, something for everyone. But yep, I'm glad I got a chance to show you those. They're a beautiful piece of kit.